Also, I'd like to say those bells can be heard every Sunday at 11 a.m. Mass at Greater Life on Tireman.
All right, Mike, we just finished talking about this, so I have a question for you guys. Is the Chargers offense better than the Lions offense? Why? Because Mike McDaniel is now going to be the OC for the LA Chargers, not here in Detroit.
Yeah, I mean, I could say yes. Again, I think evaluating the Chargers offense this year, Rico, is as faulty as evaluating the Cardinals with Petzing. They lost two Pro Bowl elite tackles in Joe Alt and Rashawn Slater, and they never recovered. 4 of their 5 offensive linemen, for people who love the PFF, were bottom 2 at their position of all qualified players. Mike McDaniel took Raheem Mostert and scored 18 touchdowns. A year later, Mostert's out of the league. I think McDaniel reinvents things, and that reinvention is probably why he's not here. The Lions want to do what they want to do. I'm going to say yes because of it, and here's what I'm betting on. I like Jared Goff. I love Justin Herbert. If Mike McDaniel can't bring it out of him and can't have a meaningful playoff run, then we're going to have to think differently about Justin Herbert. So I'm going to say yes.
I'm going to say yes for a little bit of a different reason, and I know they need some wide receivers. They need some weapons on the outside there to stretch that field for them. But I'm saying it only because Slater and Alt will return. It's a difference here in Detroit where you have to kind of reshuffle some things and maybe bring some different guys in. Those guys, we know who they are. They'll come back healthy. Offensive could be really good. They get some weapons. It could be really, really good.
Guys, there's a rumor going around that the Ravens may be trading Lamar Jackson to the Raiders.
Where's the Kenny moan? That's me right now. It is a dream sequence for Lamar to be shipped out. Whoa. Look, if I'm the Ravens, I hire Brian Flores. That's right. I hire Brian Flores. And I trade Lamar to the Raiders to take Mendoza and start over. Lamar heading towards 30, you can have it. I want nothing to do with it. I don't think it'll happen because they'll burn that stadium down. But I'd absolutely be thinking regime change.
See, I don't think they would burn the stadium down. I think that Lamar going out to Las Vegas, the Raiders fans would be like, wait, we don't have to wait for Mendoza. I
was talking about Baltimore.
Oh.
I was talking about Baltimore's fans burning the stadium down.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
I think they're in full. You know what, David? I'll let you go.
Well, we had this conversation pre-show, and I don't think it happens, but I'm intrigued by this for Baltimore because while I don't like Mendoza a lot, like everyone else does, you have Henry, you have that offensive line. It's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea at all.
Just saying, new coach, hit the reset button. Expectations will be lower next year. Let's stick with quarterbacks. Mike, I think it's a no-brainer. The Houston Texans will re-sign Will Anderson. I don't think he's going anywhere. What do they do with C.J. Stroud?
I got you. Look, and I like Stroud, but I'm not here to defend it. 2 of the worst playoff games you'll ever see. I know they had no Dalton Schultz. I know they had no Nico Collins. I know they didn't have their starting right tackle. It doesn't absolve 4 turnovers in the first half and looking like you've never played the sport. So here's what we're going to do. I'm now treating C.J. Stroud like Bryce Young. I'm going to pick up your 5th-year option, and it's all or nothing. He either plays well enough next year that I'm happy to sign him to a $50 million a year deal, or I'm getting rid of him. No in between. That's what I would do. That's where I'm at.
Look, I know the GM spoke today, and Nick Caley, or Caley, however you pronounce it, their offensive coordinator, he says they expect him to return. But here's the thing. The Texans, DeMeco Ryans, they have to have a come-to-Jesus moment. They have to put the right guy behind C.J. Stroud because it is –
And they got to give him some he's gone through a lot of injuries.
Nico, Tank Dell, they have weapons.
Yeah. So Joe Mixon, Tank Dell finally comes back next year.
We'll see. Probably not.
Guys, where does Buffalo go from here?
Oh, boy. I think Josh Allen picks the coach, whether it's Joe Brady. I'd also keep an eye on Brian Daboll. I'm not kidding. I think they go from a defensive guy to an offensive guy. And Rico, ultimately, they're going to have to ask a Josh Allen question because while this team wasn't great, he played, I thought he was horrible in the Denver game by Josh Allen standards. So I think it's getting a number one wide receiver this offseason, getting an offensive coach, and clearly they got to get Ed Oliver healthy on defense. That to me is the only place they can go. Unacceptable to blow this opportunity.
Well, what they have to do first is they have to get a GM with a backbone. Because how dare the owner speak today and say that Keon Coleman wasn't the GM's choice, that was the coaching staff's choice. Yeah. I'm sorry, did he write the name on the card and send it up there? Because that makes it the GM's choice.
Yeah, but David, a lot of times it's I'm doing this, but just so we know, put it on the record, not my choice. I got outvoted. I didn't want this kid. Let's hope it works.
Yeah, it was wild to watch the owner cut the GM off and kind of go inside the room. And
it was wild.
It is. But I do think it's positive Beans getting kicked upstairs with a raise. The new coach can have a GM that he wants to work with.
All right, guys, real quick, is Eric Bieniemy the answer that the Chiefs need?
No,
not even close.
I don't even understand bringing him back. So you can miss me with that one. I have no idea.
They flourish.
I don't understand them bringing them back when Nagy was still out there. Just bring him back. He wasn't going to be a head coach this year, but whatever.
All right. That's just a few NFL questions I have for you guys. 97.1.